All right, guys. Normally we would have the Blurds here tonight, usually around 8:30. I was expected to do something again, but I've re-evaluated my time schedule and everything else, and I'm trying to get to bed early. So I want to kind of like just kind of softly push this out there real quick, and then we will be back. Well, Blurred Otaku will be back next week, and then the Blurds will be back, and then we can really get into some nitty gritty of some stuff. But what I wanted to talk to you guys about real quick, just briefly, is we had a bunch of new movies come out, and all of a sudden everybody's, oh, it's a failure, oh, it's this, oh, it's that, it didn't make this much money, it's a failure, it's a failure. I've never understood that term. Now when the Snyderverse came out, everybody said it has to make three times the money or it's a failure. The first five DC films, the first five Snyderverse films, or the DCU or whatever you want to call it, beat the first five Marvel movies. It's fact. You can't dispute it. Numbers, it's fact. Um, Solo comes out, it bombs. We have a pandemic. And uh, I got some guests getting ready to join us. We have a pandemic, and nothing is the same. No one goes to the movies the same anymore. The genre isn't like it was anymore. Um, that's something that everybody needs to understand. We don't do the same things anymore. We don't have that same drive and love for the movies. You're going to say, oh, Deadpool made $1 billion. Well, Deadpool is the exception to the rule because Disney left Ryan Reynolds alone with Hugh Jackman to make a Deadpool Wolverine movie. Can you think of anything more iconic than that? I'm not excited for Supergirl. It's all about her dog. He's got 3 days to save her dog. You can chuck that out the window. Don't want to see it. Not excited for Doomsday thing. You brought back old characters to bring people back into the theaters, but you're not really giving us any substance. You bring Robert Downey Jr. back as Doom. Woo! Come on, man. Really? I I didn't have any expectations for The Mandalorian. I'm a Mandalorian fan. You guys know this, so I just just went in, enjoyed the movie, walked out. Is it going to be a movie that is going to be an Oscar winner? No, but it was a fun ride for the summer. Um, Again, you got people saying this is a Star Wars movie. It should do. Give me a break. It is not going to do that. No Star Wars movie is going to do that. Not at this point. Not at this point. Think about how everything has declined and how expensive everything is. They're selling those popcorn buckets at $79 and $89 a piece. I watched them fly off the shelf before I even got to the line near the popcorn. Merchandise probably most likely will save this movie. But again, it is not, you know, it is not what everybody thinks. Everybody keeps thinking these movies have to do these things. No, they don't. Not anymore. Streaming has definitely killed the movie sect. I would rather sit at home than go to the movie theater. I don't have to sit by somebody who brought their kids to a movie that the kid is totally not interested in just because it's Black Panther. Sat next to a 5-year old. It drove me crazy. This kid he brought his 5-year old who had no interest in the movie, who moved and did all these other things. You know what I mean? It ruined my movie experience. So, expecting these movies to jump out and do these things, I think, is the wrong thing, especially since a lot of them aren't made the way we would like them to be made. You know, I heard somebody said that they missed the opening crawl for a Star Wars movie. That era is past. We don't do that no more. Sadly, we don't do that no more. They're trying to bring in the next generation of goers, but yet they rush to change the park back to the OG trilogy. Let that sink in. They don't want to give you good fan service, but they want to give you just enough to get you into the seat. But when it comes to their merchandise and stuff, they go back to the old stuff that works. So I don't know. You can't expect movies to be the way you want them to be. That's the first thing, because they're never going to be like that again. Every now and then you're going to get one that hits it out of the park, but I haven't seen anything that super excited me to come. Well, that's not true. I want to go see Scary Movie, and they're trashing it. Oh, it's demonic. It's trash. You have not seen the other Scary Movies. I don't understand what the problem is. This scares me, the way people are thinking now, and they come out to jump on the bandwagons and get these little celebrity nods and these little gift packs, so you can tell the world how great their movie is or whatever else. And I mean, I get it. Would I would love for somebody to send. I was just explaining how the pandemic and other factors have changed the face of movies.
Yeah, I was listening. I have to say, ever since COVID, people aren't going to the movies like they used to. I still go quite often. We go like one or two times a week. I still like the experience of being at the movie theaters. You can't beat the sound quality, the picture. Um, you know, I have surround sound, but I still would prefer going in just to see the first time at the movie theater. So we always go see it first run, and then I'll watch it at home again at another time. Mandalorian, we saw that twice at the movie so far. I enjoyed it both times. But like I do agree, people aren't getting out and doing it as much as they used to anymore.
Yeah, I have to agree. Usually, when we go to the theaters, well, at least back in the day, pre COVID, there was always, no matter what time of day you would go to a movie, always a long line to get in. A long line for the confessions, the food stands. It's not like that anymore. I mean, especially since you can order your tickets online. You get there, you show your little pass, and you pretty much walk in. You can even get your food delivered to your seats. I think streaming really has hurt the movie theater in the last few years. Because if a movie comes out May 1st, some movies by the end of the month is already on streaming service. And a lot of families are saying, hey, why am I going spending $25 a ticket to see this movie when I can wait to the end of the month in 2 months to see it on streaming service? I honestly can't blame them.
Yeah, that was another thing that I found strange. Like when they pulled Superman, I was like, wait a minute, you didn't even give it a chance. You pulled this movie like what, after a month?
Yeah,
I remember movies stayed in the theater. I didn't care how bad they were. They stayed in the theater at least 2 months, maybe three,
yeah. I was gonna say,
Sometimes longer.
when I
right?
I remember being in high school and Police Academy 4, which originally didn't do well, but that was in the movies for 6 months, and I didn't see it until it was at the Dollar Theater, and then
Yeah.
I saw it like three times because it was so funny. So yeah,
And it was at the Dollar Theater.
and it was at the Dollar Theater.
and that's
250 on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
well, I mean, like you guys said, now I mean, I went in there. I used to work at AMC. They didn't have the bar there when I was working there,
They got a bar.
but it was. I mean, they got a bar now. Like you said, you can get the food delivered to you, and they got better selection than just popcorn and candy and stuff now.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's not that experience anymore. I remember having experiences. I remember doing the uh Thursday night midnight. Everybody posses up and we're all in line. We're talking about this movie, and then afterwards we're blocking traffic to get out because we're like, "Oh man, this movie was da 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 da."
Yes.
I just think, I just think today's politics, the division of what we are now as a nation, has really kind of ruined the experience, along with social media and the way we talk to each other online. If you two enjoyed this movie and I don't like it, all of a sudden now it's a personal attack. It's not an attack on the movie now. It's a personal attack on you, which is
Yeah.
crazy. I
You've
had a guy
attacked
argue.
me. You've attacked me when you said you didn't like Superman. I felt so offended.
Well, yeah, I mean, and look, as you know, like you said, like I said, I didn't like the movie, but it damn sure didn't deserve just a month run. You
Yeah.
you give it a shot. I mean, seriously. I mean, I hope Supergirl gets more than a month. You cannot tell me that you're seriously giving this movie a shot if you only give it 30 days in the theater.
Yeah.
You're not giving it a shot.
No. Well, think about like Black Widow. I think that may have had 2 weeks in the movie theaters
I think it
before
was like 2 weeks. Yeah.
2 weeks before it was on streaming.
What's that movie that what's his name supposed to be doing and is going straight to
Yeah.
streaming?
Henry Cavill.
Yeah,
His
Voltron.
Voltron is going straight. It's not even going to the movies anymore.
Yeah. I learned about that the other day. And I was just like, are you kidding me?
No shot at it being at the theaters at all.
And I mean, that alone, that type of movie alone, I mean, as far as merchandising, it's
It's
everybody's,
Voltron.
Yeah.
exactly.
It's
Exactly.
Voltron. Why is it not going to the theaters? So
I'm just, I don't know. I sit here now and I'm just like, you guys are killing the movie theater. And then some of these critics, again, I'm watching some of these guys. This movie, it's Star Wars. Stop giving it this 1970s, 1980s old school review, and stop trying to compare that to the old trilogy. Just
yeah,
stop. We've had that era. It's over. It's great to go back in time and do that and all. It was a great time. Everything moves forward. I may not like it. Okay? I may not like it, but I understand that things have to evolve. And if it's not for me, I can simply just say I didn't really care for it, but you know what I mean? People liked it. They're still making more of it. So, I'm going to be comfortable here in this area.
yeah.
I'm not, and you know what? You guys hear it first here right now. We're not going to be sitting here doing this trash influencer stuff where it sucked. It's a terrible movie. Blah, blah, blah. I get it. It's terrible. That's all I got to say. It was terrible. I don't even want to go through it. I don't. I argued with a guy yesterday as he started trying to break down Andor to me, and I looked at him and I went, it was a yawn fest for me. You took Mon Mothma, who was obviously the best character in that little drama, and then once you got her to the base, she was totally useless. How do you take this woman, Mon Mothma? She only has a couple of speeches in the original, and then you give me this great character. I'm so involved in what happens to her family life that I
Yeah.
want to know more. And then you just drop her off. You cut her hair and you drop her off at the base. And now it's about, look, I know Andor's story. I know how it ends. Not too interested. Just not. Sorry. But again, I don't sit here all day long and trash it, trash it, trash it, trash it, and then try to, you heard it here first. It was trash. It didn't make as much as Solo, so it's trash. Solo did not have the budget that The Mandalorian did. The Mandalorian had the lowest budget of any Star Wars movie, which even scares me. It didn't have a budget like Andor did. It didn't even have a budget like The Acolyte did. But it made its production value money in 4 days. But it's a failure.
Now, do you think that is a Kathleen Kennedy thing? Because she's on her way out, she wanted it to fail, even though it did. I don't feel it failed.
I don't think it failed either. I don't think it
So,
failed. And we at this point we can't really blame Kathleen Kennedy. She was out the door.
but she
Um,
made that budget for that movie.
oh yeah. Well, I, at that point, I have to say, she was like, you know what? I'm a petty bitch.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
petty. She was at the um, AFI or AFV awards for Eddie Murphy, and I'm like, you were on an Eddie Murphy movie? What were you? Why are you in there? You know what I mean? It just didn't make any sense to me to see her there smiling and clapping when this woman single-handedly was the nail in the coffin for Star Wars. And now I'm struggling to find my peace with it. And after this movie, I've made it. You don't have to make anything else Mandalorian for me. You did a good job. I'm not going to say that this is the best Star Wars movie ever. I'm sorry, it's not. But it's good. I
It is a
give you
good
that.
movie.
It's
Yeah,
good.
it's a good movie.
Um, but it's I'm just to the point now where I understand that you really don't want to make anything else for me as a fan. And as a fan, I'm just saying I will look in on your stuff from time to time, but I need to move on to something different. I think I do kind of have a superhero fatigue as well because I'm just not interested. You know, I hear the scripts that come out, and when somebody leaks something to me, like they like the Blade movie. Oh, it's about Blade's daughter. Why? Okay, why is it about Blade's daughter when this should be Blade's
Yeah.
swan song? I don't get that. Not saying that I wouldn't watch a female black vampire and leather running around. I'm kind of all for that, but
But that's not Blade.
Yeah.
that's not Blade.
That's not Blade,
Um,
and that's not what you're
you know,
going to see. So,
no, I kind of agree with Vonda like that. I really hold my attention, blow some stuff up. you know, give me some story that I can go. All right, that's not okay. I can follow that. Let's go,
Yeah.
and keep it going. But when you let today's world sink in so much that you virtual signal or you message so much that your story is lost, I kind of check out. I mean, you know, the newest thing that I heard was, oh, these low budget horror films knocked the Mandalorian off. Well, again, Star Wars has had a problem since season 3 of The Mandalorian. The only thing you kind of got right was Maul with the critic score and your audience score. Okay, I
mhm.
enjoyed it. You guys liked it. You
Yeah.
know, even though you had some problems with it, you liked it.
I just said,
Here's
like,
the thing,
you know,
though.
the only problem I had with Maul was I wish it was a longer season. I think the
Yeah.
10 episodes for me would, I wanted them to expand more on it. The story was great. I just wish it was longer.
Yeah.
That is my only gripe about the whole thing.
But here's the thing: are you willing to wait a year and a half for the next season?
I'll probably forget about it by that time.
See,
So,
that's what I'm talking about.
yeah,
I am I am. I guess I'm like that dog in Up. I'm like Doug, I guess, or whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, oh, squirrel! You cannot wait. I can't wait no year and a half for another season or something. I
No.
lost Game of Thrones like that. My interest now, and I believe it or not, especially after talking to Zoe, I'm on Crunchyroll. I come home, click, click, and I'll start exploring there before I go to anything else anymore. This May really kind of burned me out because I'm playing it in the store. From May 1st to the May 31st, it was Star Wars every day, all day in that store,
Yeah.
except for Sundays. That's Rashad's day, but those times it was Star Wars. You could not walk in that store and not see Star Wars. I can tell you for a fact, it's Mando Monday, and I will play one or two things of something that's Mandalorian or whatever, and then I change it and I'll put Tom and Jerry on or something else. I'm just I'm kind of burned out because I'm not getting the dopamine rush that I think I should get from these things, from these shows that I consider very special to me that help, mold me where I'm at. To the point now, I'm looking at other things, foreign films. Uh, you know, that's not to say that we couldn't have something come along and change that venue, but there's just, again, here's another pet peeve of mine. I'm tired of seeing British black actors play black American men. Uh, you can't tell me you can't find a brother out here to get out here to do a role. I get what you're saying. You need the star power, but you're never going to get a star if you keep saying these people can't act.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, give me a break, And was it whatchamacallit just got knighted. Elba just got knighted.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I keep forgetting how old he is because all I keep playing in my head is Hobbs and Shaw. I'm the Black Superman. You know what I mean? You
And
getting
how
old, bruh.
and how fine he is too.
Okay. Whatever.
Dude, don't get me wrong.
Yes,
I will watch him and the dude that plays Hawkman as what's
Oh
that
yeah.
show that he's on? Prime.
Yeah. I
Uh,
can't think of it, but I know what you're
yeah.
talking about.
Yeah, we haven't seen it yet.
I like his acting. I liked him as Hawkman. I thought this was going to be a home run,
Yeah.
but they killed my droid was the only problem. So Rob is still pining for his droid in Maul, but it just does not. I just hate hearing all this negativity and hate. And I told you it was going to be a flop, but you don't say the specifics. We've had COVID. No one's going to the movie theater. This budget was smaller. So it doesn't have to do $1 billion. I don't get that. And you're not talking about the marketing potential behind that. Because you can throw up these numbers about, oh, you forgot to put in the marketing. You forgot to put in how much this Grogu stuff is selling. I
Yeah.
can tell you now, I went into Bath and Body Works. I wanted a damn candle, and they had them on sale, 2 for $25. I bought this hand sanitizer.
Wow.
So you cannot tell me that people aren't, you know what I mean? This movie may not have made ticket sales as much as they wanted to, but it did make some sales. It did make some money. Merchandise wise, I know it made some money.
It made money. I was gonna say every time we went to the movies, there were quite a few people in the theaters watching it.
But it's never
Yeah.
enough anymore, though.
Yeah.
It's never enough.
I agree with you. I agree with you completely. And it's mind-boggling that we depend on China to save a movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And look, China's like, screw you. You know what I mean? They don't care. So of course the Marvel movie I think will do well because that's all I hear the little kids come in there. I mean, these kids can't be more than 14, 15 years old because they're not driving. I saw the preview and I told my mom we're going to go see this one. This is it. And I'm like, well, what made it it? When I saw Cyclops in the blue and yellow suit, I'm like, that's all it does for you? That's comic book accurate. Yet you never picked up a comic book. So how are you going to tell me what's comic book accurate?
That's crazy.
You know what I
That
mean?
is just crazy though.
Yeah.
It These people scare me. And but you know what I mean? Again, I think Doomsday will still do well. Uh, uh, I won't be in the theater supporting it. Um,
I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, I have a hard time being excited about certain things anymore. Just like you, I'm having a little, probably superhero fatigue. I'm gonna go see Supergirl,
I'm not excited to.
and I'm gonna go see, like you said, Doomsday. But the last movie that I think that I can't even remember the last thing I was truly excited that I really wanted to go see at all. Probably Superman. That was the,
Superman.
yeah,
That last
Superman.
one?
Yes, I was excited to see that because
but
it's
you're a
Superman.
fan.
I'm a
And look,
Superman fan. And
The Flash. When we were all there to see The Flash,
that was such a good movie. And
because
then
it was Michael Keaton, and I was like, I don't care.
yes,
I kept saying, I don't care about um, Mr. Miller and all his problems. He
yes,
did actually,
he was
for me,
fantastic. He was a
I thought
good,
he played a great Barry Allen. I actually felt for Barry Allen,
yes.
but nothing compares to watching my Batman, come back in, whip some butt, beat up on some Kryptonians. I mean, yeah, it killed him,
Yes.
but
And
it
then
was.
I was cool with that Supergirl. She was fantastic in that role.
Oh,
Who you
And they
tell?
don't give her a shot. So, yeah, that was a great movie, but it didn't get, just because of
Yeah.
Miller. That was the reason that nobody saw it. But I talked to people because I wore the shirt a lot, and people were like, "Did you see it? It was a good movie, but I didn't support it because I didn't want to support him. I waited till it was on TV." I'm like,
See,
that's the dumbest thing I've heard, you know?
well, I mean, um, my thing is they killed so many shows, especially Disney. I'm sorry, they brought back Willow, and I kept thinking, why? Um, Again, I'm just not a fan of some of these old fantasy shows.
I didn't like
Rob
that
is
one at all.
excited for the last movie I was excited with the anniversary show of Labyrinth. Um, Again, not a I'm not that's not my genre of film, so I'm not really, you know what I mean. I think The Secret of Nymph was cool back when I was a kid, but I would not dare watch it now because
yeah.
That's like, what is it, The Last Unicorn?
yeah. Oh my God,
Yeah.
that thing came
Oh,
on.
it's bad.
That came on the other day, and I sat there and I said, I remember that movie sorta, and I said, oh yeah, no,
Yeah,
no,
it's
but
sad when you look at it. Like, I remember rewatching every episode of The Greatest American Hero, how I loved that show back in the 80s. And then watching it 2 years ago, I had such a hard time. I'd watch an episode here and then I'd have to stop because I was like, it's ridiculous. I can't do it. But since I got it, I was gonna watch every single episode again. And I'm like, this was bad. This was really bad. And I
you
can't
know my
believe I
story.
loved it as a kid.
Bro, you know my story about Batman 1966. I'm all excited. I'm like, this is the greatest show ever. You don't understand. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I worship this man. What is this trash?
You
This,
know, it's sad when Batman '89 came out, I didn't want to see it because I kept thinking, oh, they're gonna do that pow, bam. And I'm like, I don't want to see it. But all of my friends, we all got together. This theater was completely packed. We were sitting together, and I'm like, this was such a good movie, but I was worried it was gonna be like 66.
I felt that way when we saw He-Man the other day. Mark, EJ, Zoe, we all saw it. And in the movie, I'm like, I don't remember it being this campy. And I was so disappointed in it, where I was a big He-Man fan, big She-Ra fan. and I was bored. I'm like, oh,
Wow.
God, I used to watch
You
this.
Yeah.
you Bishop gave me one year. He gave me He-Man season 1 on DVD, and I had popped it in, and I'm like, a little nostalgia. Let's. And I said, no, no.
Yeah.
Uh, we had to. Well, I didn't. We didn't have to. I played it in the store for 8 hours.
Ooh.
I'm good. I do
Wow.
not. I do not. I had some friends of mine. They were like, "We bought tickets." I said, "Bro, I'm already in my PJs. I am not coming out." Um, I could not. No. And to hear that, but He-Man supposedly only made 60 million globally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sad. And
On
it's
a
it's
$200 million budget.
it's not a bad movie, and
Yeah, it is.
whatever. It is exactly what you expect it to be, is what I would say. It's
Okay.
not bad. It's exactly what you expect it to be. And, they kind of gave, like, maybe they could have gone further with the story. I was hoping that they would. I was kind of excited to see if they did. I don't know what's going to happen now
I
because of,
just, that's the thing. They they don't have any idea, so they let's reach back here and pull out this. You
yeah,
know, uh, DC. My only advice for DC: stop worrying about Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. Go for the question. Go for obscure characters that nobody has this super hard on for.
yeah.
That you can do whatever you want with these characters because no one really knows that much about them. Because when they don't know that much about a character, you can do anything and
Yeah.
get away with it, and maybe even build a fan base. The
Oh,
question,
Blue Beetle was a good movie, and I don't know why nobody saw it. That was a
Yeah.
good movie, and I would love to see if they would continue with what's his name? Oh God, in Black Adam, the sorcerer guy. I would
Oh
love.
yeah. What's his name?
Now I can't
Pierce
even.
Brosnan plays
Yeah,
Punisher.
Pierce Brosnan played the role. I loved
oh,
him.
Doctor Fate.
Dr.
Yes.
Fate would be a fantastic person to start. Constantine, but you can't go with, and I know they want to bring back Keanu Reeves. I would rather stick with the story with the British guy, but do a Constantine that's more comic book accurate, not Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, the guy from the CW. The guy from
Yes,
the when
Oh
he nailed it,
yeah.
and
yes,
I'm telling you,
he was
I would
fantastic.
I would love, like you
A
said, that
good
whole
Constantine movie.
go down to hell, bring your soul back. I mean,
Yes,
Justice League Dark. Go
oh,
that way where you're not worried about the structure of the big three
no.
and build you a good fan base.
And Katana from, she is amazing, when she does her stuff in
Yeah.
Justice League Dark. That would be
Yeah,
great.
I mean, you could totally, but they always do the same mistake. Well, let's do a Batman. No, stop, please, leave it
Yeah.
alone. Let it go. If I'm letting it go and I'm a Batman fan, I'm telling you, let it go. Stop. Let
Yeah.
it go. Let it die down for at least 10 years
Don't
and give it a
reboot it
break.
right back and
Yeah.
go forth. So yeah, you're right about
You know
that.
what I mean? Give it some time. But I'm so tired of, you know, just hearing all this. Yeah, I told you this time, and now I just start clicking people off. I don't listen to Nerdrotic anymore. I don't listen to I stopped listening to Geeks and Gamers the moment he started talking about how he's a Trumper. That just turned me off completely. I don't want to hear your political affiliation. But when these people talk, you hear it. And then I'm sitting there going, okay, surely you see what's going on, but here you are still praising. So I have to cut you off. But when you just start trashing a movie, and then your expectation was this is a Star Wars movie, it should be doing X. I look at you and laugh because this is not the same time frame. Those movies had their golden heyday. Obviously, that heyday is over. I'm saying it as a Star Wars fan. The heyday is over. That's not saying that we still can't enjoy it. That's not saying that we can't still have a love for it. But what I'm saying is, Star Wars as a major driving force in pop culture is no more. It
I
is
think it
no
just got,
more.
it was just too
Overplayed.
saturated. Yeah, it was
It was
oversaturated.
over. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think so.
yeah. When they put it on Disney Plus, when they did all of this, yeah, I think that was for me the last great movie that I enjoyed Star Wars wise would probably have been Rogue One. Is still one of my favorites. Solo wasn't bad, but Rogue One was such a good
That
movie.
was good.
The I hated the second one of the last trilogies. That was bad. The last one was pretty, it was a ending
It
to
was
that.
okay enough to pass, right?
Yes, yes, that's how I have to put it.
Look, I say this, that, and I know I'm gonna get some hate for it, but The Force Awakens, I was like, okay, well, you killed off my favorite character, so I really don't care. Now I want to see the Empire destroy you all. So,
Yeah,
um, let me see what you got. And then, like you said, I got two, and I'm like, all right, I'm done. I can't. But
that was the worst
you give
one.
me three, and I'm like, you're trying to redeem. I can see where you're trying to redeem yourself.
They tried hard to bring it back.
They did.
They tried so hard, and that's why I was like, okay, I will let that be the end of that story. But they were just, I think if they would have had one writer write all three, continue a complete story, not just have, oh, we have this guy. Now we're gonna have John, Ryan, whatever his name is, do his movie.
Ruin Johnson.
Yes, Johnson. I was like so angry because it starts off, he's making everything comical. Then he killed everybody. I didn't like that movie at all.
Well,
I
he,
tolerated, and
yeah, but
he was supposed to get his own trilogy till everybody saw it. And they were like, what the hell?
well, he said that he likes to provoke. He likes to provoke emotions in people when he does it, and he wanted to give Star Wars the Viking funeral pyre that it deserved. And I was like,
Yeah.
when you hear stuff like that, you're wondering, what are you thinking? But again, remember the time. This is the same people that said diversity over story and more dinosaurs.
Yes.
This is on their storyboard. I'm not making this up. They had Luke Skywalker sketched, marked out in a cubicle. So, it just boggles the mind that they want to keep doing this type of stuff, and then they expect us to go to the movie theater, and then you have, like I said, you have these influencers. This movie sucks. I told you, I'm the first one to tell you this movie was going to flop. Da 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 da. And I'm like, wait a minute, you didn't talk about merchandising, which is part of the movie now. Whether you want to believe it or not, it is. You didn't talk about the fact that it had the lowest movie budget of any Star Wars film ever. And it's a 7-year hiatus because they messed up season 4. They fired Gina Carano. They had to revamp this whole situation, and they're like, you know what? We're going to stop all this, and we're just going to put you out in a movie.
Yeah.
And again, I love The Mandalorian, and I'll be the first one to say this. He did not need a movie. He
See,
did
for
not need a
me,
movie.
now it could have been another season of the show.
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
much. That would have been pretty much. That would
Yeah.
have been it.
They pushed Ahsoka off a whole nother year.
Yeah.
So now I've forgotten what that's all about.
Yeah, you
So
have to rewatch it again.
yeah.
It will be so long.
And
Well, that wasn't
and that's
really
going to be
Ahsoka.
painful.
Like I
Yeah,
said,
that's
that wasn't Ahsoka. That was of Rebels, like another season of Rebels with her
And
name.
see, if they would have said that, you would have been fine. Okay, this is Rebels, live action Rebels. You
Yeah,
would have been like, okay, cool.
I could have
I'm good
probably
with that.
dealt with it more than way
Yep.
I felt when I watched that show.
Yeah.
And it had its moments. Like I said, I do not like the way they portrayed Grand
Thrawn.
Thrawn. I hated that, and it pisses me off every time I look at it. So I don't think I can rewatch that season again at all because of him and the way
I
he
don't
was portrayed.
Look, I don't think you'll have to. They'll give you that little recap at the beginning of it, and then you can just be like, okay, yeah, I remember. And
Yeah.
that's the sad part. We don't want to go back and rewatch some of these things. I of course own seasons 1, 2, and 3 of The Mandalorian. I own the one season of Boba Fett, because I'm a Mandalorian fan, and
Yeah.
um, I like Old Man Boba or Dad Bod Boba more than I do the regular Boba Fett, only because everybody, Boba Fett's a badass. I'm like, I don't see it. Well, you have to read the books. Sorry, not doing all that. Just not.
Yeah.
Just not. I'm not going to
True.
go into that character that well. And then Disney came along and threw it all away anyway. So
Yeah, because Legends don't exist anymore. So yeah,
yeah.
it's out.
So, you know, they've earned my trust with animation only for right now. Again, I like The Mandalorian. Um, Will I go see it a third time? I probably would. I would really like to go see it in one of those 4D theaters where the seats rock and all that other stuff.
Okay.
But I think it's all out in Hampton where you guys are.
Yeah, that's where we always go see it at. Is that the
You
Dolby
know,
Room?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Did you need to see it though in Dolby?
oh look, I saw it in IMAX 3D and I didn't know what I was getting myself into. Because when the
Oh,
dude
okay.
handed me the glasses, I was like, "What are these for?" He goes, "You bought the 3D tickets." I'm like, "Oh God." I mean, Cag's got bad eyes, so you know what I'm saying? So now she's gonna be straining, and after a while, wearing glasses with glasses on top of glasses,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
that
know.
hurts. You know what I mean? But again, I enjoyed the movie. Um, I wanted to get you guys' take, and I know you're on your little mini vacation, so um, it just bothered me hearing all this negativity about every movie that came out. They're I told you He-Man was a flop. It didn't do. I'm like, God, you're not even trying to give it a chance. You're just
Yeah, just
shitting
one
on
weekend.
movies for
Yeah.
clicks and views to say that you were right about something, and
I've stopped
you
watching
know,
most of those people because, like you said, they want to feel important. Like, let's go back to Superman last year when it came out. Everybody was like, "Look, I told you not to go see it, and we did it. We made sure this movie didn't do well." And I'm like, now that you've done that, they're not going to do something new because you didn't, support what's already out there. So what do you expect to happen at this point? I don't know what goes through people's mind when they trash something just because they feel it's important for them to trash it. My thing is, if you don't like it, just say, it wasn't like you said, it's not my cup of tea, but maybe you will enjoy it. That's how I feel about a lot of things. That wasn't what I wanted to see, but, I
I'm still
saw,
gonna go to the movies to
yeah,
see it and at
yes,
least give it a try to see if I
you
enjoy it.
have to. You have
yes,
to. If
Yeah.
you have to see it, I mean, you can't really speak on it and say it's trash if you haven't seen it. Now, I'll say, you know what? I saw the trailer. I wasn't a fan, so I don't think that's really for me. But I don't sit here and go, it's trash. I haven't seen it. You can't
yeah.
say that. That's some.
People say it all the time now.
Yeah.
They do. But you know what? That's why we have ladies like Vonda, Zoe, who always say, "Well, you looked at it at this angle? Have you looked at it like this?" Or, "Well, I think that's kind of crazy for you to say that because you didn't do this, right?" So
Yeah.
then that gets you to think. At
Yeah.
least that gets you to think.
That's how
Um,
I'll say that when she watched Daredevil, what is it? The new
Born again.
season,
Born again.
Born Again Daredevil. Now, I watched it and I was like, this is so real life right now, the way it's portrayed. And she didn't get it until I said that. And I was like, yeah, look at the way these police officers act. Look at the way
Yeah.
this person is running this.
Yeah.
I'm like, that is so spot on what's going on, and I'm like, but she didn't notice it until I said
Yeah.
something about it.
And I just watched it last week.
Yeah.
Look, there was another show that we had just finished. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! I just had it on the. It's a new spy show, not spy, World War II show.
Okay.
Uh, Mueller, is it Mueller or something like that? It's got Russell Crowe in it. and it's
Okay.
got the guy that played Freddie Mercury.
Oh, yeah, I
Oh
know.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so at the end of the show, he's saying how the hate and how everything evolved, and then he goes, "There are people in America right now that are doing this thing, and you guys need to wake up because this is how it led up to the concentration camps, the Holocaust, and all this other stuff. This is how it happened."
Yeah.
And he's trying to warn, and I'm sitting there, and I turn to Cag and I go, "Did you catch that?" And she's looking at me like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "It was kind of subtle, but that applies right now. That
Yep.
applies right now to where we're living in." And she just looked at me. She goes, "Huh, okay." So every now and then we have something that kind of wakes us up a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
But you guys, did you see the last Punisher, the last kill for Punisher or whatever it
Yeah,
was?
that 45-minute movie.
Yeah, that was too short. I was highly disappointed. I
I
mean,
knew you would be. I knew you
and
would be.
then Mark and I, we watched it and it went off, and I'm like, is that it? And I'm like, okay, I just watched The Punisher actually like a month or two ago because I'm
Uh
going
huh.
back and watching those old shows that I don't know how I missed it when it was on. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, considering I just watched this show last month, 2 months ago, I don't remember this character. Where does she come from? Where does this? Where does that? Y'all
Yeah.
just want to come up with, I think it was 42 minutes.
Yeah.
And it was just way too short. It needed at least a 2 hour screen time for it. I don't even know if they're going to do another episode. I mean,
No, he wants to direct a feature, but only if he gets to direct it. And sometimes I feel that you should let these actors who play these characters and play them well.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds is a perfect example. Let them run with it. I mean, I'm sitting there and all I kept saying was, "Damn," because this
yeah.
dude.
Woo.
Oh my God. My son called me up. He's like, "Yeah, I love the Punisher." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah." You know what I mean? It's a far cry um, from being a Batman fan and everything else. But as I get older, I think the time for heroes. I don't even believe. I mean, I love Batman, but I kind of identify more with the Joker. I do now. Life is a joke now to me. You know what I mean? I'm like, you
Yeah.
want to run around in a costume saving people? That's on you. I just want to watch the world burn now. I'm like, it's over there. As long as it stays over there, it's fine. But if you come over here,
Yep.
you know what I mean? Punisher too. He had enough. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
Lord, I was just like, I can't believe it. So you have all these facets, but I think our message to all of you is go out there, make up your minds. If it doesn't look good, that's fine. No one's saying that you can't say you didn't like it or it sucks. All we
Hmm.
are saying is
Go
make
out
up your
there.
mind,
Yeah. Do
check it
it.
out yourself,
Yeah.
and then make your judgment. But please stop getting online talking about how this sucked and how this was this, and you want to give your little thing on that. Nobody cares.
Yep.
Nobody cares, especially since you haven't given anything a shot. You know what I mean? It just, to me, there's so much more important things that a lot of these influencers could be doing. And I get it. This is their bread and butter, so they're going to stick with it. I get it. But at the same time, you're losing people a little bit more at a time. Eventually, you're gonna find out that it's not as a good appealing thing anymore because it's just so right now to me it's just so passe. I'm over it. I'm just give me something good, I'll watch it, and if it's great, we'll talk about it. If it's not so great and you two want to talk about it, have at you. You got my support. Um, I for Supergirl, for me, when I found out it was about her dog, I said I'm done. I had the dog in the Superman movie beating up on my Superman. I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this. I just, and then it was about the dog. Even Jason Momoa's Lobo. Although I do want the figure on that motorcycle.
It looks awesome, right?
Yeah, that is
It
cool.
does. You know what I mean?
Looks so
I
sweet.
would love to have that, break it down, and then take it to a Comic-Con or something, get him to sign it and put it in a case.
Yeah.
But guys, that's what we have. Please go out. If you're a fan of Star Wars, go see it. If you're not a fan, you know, find something else for you to do. That's all I can really say, because it's just too much. In this day and age, we can't even like stuff anymore without somebody calling you an istinophobe, or there's an agenda in it or whatever. But I know I'm over it.
Yeah.
I rather us spend our times. I love the reviews that you two do. Sometimes a little polarizing, because Mark will say it's okay, and Miss Vaughn will be like, no.
Yeah, we
But that's
do.
what makes it fun,
Yeah, true.
you know. But anything else, Mark?
No, you brought it up, so we will be talking about Masters of the Universe probably tomorrow evening. So do our review on that just to see exactly how that works out.
That sounds great. Also, this weekend is the Renaissance Fair. I will not be able to make it Saturday. Are you guys going Sunday?
We'll go both days. So yeah, just
Okay,
the
we'll meet you
Blackbeard
Sunday.
Festival.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Blackbeard Festival. I'll be
Yep.
there. I have to work Saturday, so
That's
Sunday
right.
we will
Yep.
be there. Let the lady know that I'm coming for my Axis.
Yeah, well, we'll definitely let her know so that she'll hold on to it.
Yeah, and again, this Thursday will be Star Trek.
Yes.
And actually,
So
we're
we
in
will be
Star
back.
Trek.
I see that, and I was shot of shock. You even got the 50th anniversary hat going on
Got
over
the
there. I was
50th,
like,
yeah.
what?
Yeah.
So this Thursday, Commander Xena and I will be back to do our countdown on the Next Generation. Tune in for that. And then, of course, this Sunday, we have Blurred Otaku. And Miss Zoe will be back with that. We have 3 shows that we're all supposed to be doing some homework on. So come check us out, guys. And if anything else pops up, Mark and Vonda, sometime this week, will be giving you a review and their take on Masters of the Universe. I can't wait to hear that.
All right.
Uh-oh. I see. She's already...
I keep saying it's not bad, but whatever. We will discuss that.
Yeah, it was campy, but when I watched it, I was, I'm not gonna say I was a kid, but I was, young adult, I guess, or a kid. I don't remember.
You were a kid.
I
It was a
kid.
teenager.
So, views now is different from then. So,
Yeah.
I was,
So you guys need to tune in for that one. I feel that one's going to be fun. All right, guys. Have a good one.